I think we're all familiar with the ubiquitous bicycle helmet clasp. But when I got a new helmet recently, I found out someone's made a better clasp. Yes, this buckle is magnetic, and it works really well. So this new magnetic buckle is made by a company called Fidlock, and I had another helmet, and I wanted to add one of these buckles to it, so I had to go looking for them. Fortunately, I found the distributor here in the US. You have to buy 5, but it still ended up being, I think, about 15 bucks, including shipping. So this idea of swapping buckles doesn't always work because sometimes the buckles are sort of sewn in. The webbing is sewn together and you can't just unthread it. Fortunately for me, the webbing or strapping for my helmet did flow all the way around through both sides of the buckle. So it did open up the possibility of replacing the buckle. So one of the things that's common is to double over the webbing as it goes through the buckle to keep it from coming out. So I had to undo that. So here you see I just use what amounts to a utility knife to cut through the sewing, which doubles over that webbing. So I finished that with both straps, and then of course then I was able to pull those straps through the old buckle. So and then a lot of times there's a rubber keeper that sort of keeps the webbing together instead of allowing it to kind of flop in the breeze. And then there's another retainer clip that pulls the webbing together underneath your ear. So again, that clip just slides off the webbing. And then that allows us to turn our attention to the back of the helmet where there's another clip. And this just allows the webbing to be threaded through in the back. And then it's pretty similar on the other side. There's this under ear clasp and then the real buckle. So with the old hardware off, then it's a matter of putting the new hardware on. So with the video, since it isn't always clear how the straps thread through the hardware, I thought I'd create a little diagram. So here's my crude little diagram of showing how the two straps in the helmet work. So the green strap, the long strap here, starts on the left side, goes through that ear clasp, then goes through the buckle, and then back through the buckle, and back through the ear clasp, back to the back of the helmet, and then around to the other side, through the ear clasp, and then through the buckle, and back through the buckle. But then the other strap, the short strap, starts on the right side and goes through that ear clasp and then through the buckle and back through the buckle, and then that's it. So of course the goal is to thread it through the same way it was before. So it's worth mentioning that, you know, one of the things that I do is take a photo before I start to make sure that I can put things back the way they were before. So here you can see I've got the strap going through the buckle and now it's gone back through the ear clasp and now it'll head toward the back of the helmet. So there's not a lot of room back there, but the strap just goes back to this little clasp and then goes out back through it and then comes forward through it and then it heads to the other side. And here I'm just comparing the clasps on two sides to make sure that I get them right side up. So the long strap has finally made it to the other side. It's now going through the buckle, then back through the buckle, and then that's it for the long strap. Now I have to switch over to the other strap, what was the red strap, the short strap on the right side. And here I'm just making a little slack so there's enough room to slide the other strap through the short strap. Okay, well that's all the straps. They just now have to be adjusted for fit, and that's pretty much it. Well, the sharp-eyed among you will have noticed that I didn't take the short strap through the ear clasp, so I now have to undo and redo that. Okay, now it's really done and just needs to be adjusted. So this certainly is an unnecessary fix, but you know, I think anything that encourages you to use your helmet is a good thing, and I think this is really helpful. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody out there.